Hi, welcome to this week's cheer. We are here with our good friend, the Ari Lewis Show. Say hi, Ari Lewis Show.
Hi, Ari Lewis Show.
And we're doing a new series, Parashas Shavua, with the Ramdu commentary on the Parsha, Rav Moshe David Vali, with our friends in Torah from Texas, Concealed and Revealed. We're doing our part across the globe to complement their work. All right, it's summer in Israel, but we're good. We are good to go. Here we go. This is our first time through, so this is a test run. It will be more refined in the future. This is just a test run. Better to start however you can. Have you ever heard of Korach?
I have.
What do you know about Korach?
Pretty wicked dude.
Wicked dude. All right, so the Ramdu is going to give us a really nice background of what wicked dude means, according to the commentary here. Basic background of Korach. I don't know if many people really know what wicked dude means, right? A guy rose up with 250 cronies to take away the leadership from Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron the Cohen. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Right. And then we know it was Lo Beseder. He did some dodgy stuff. We don't really know what happened. An earthquake swallowed them, and they lit some fire in some pans, almonds grew on a stick, and some temple stuff that we don't understand. That's generally how it goes, more or less. Then it's just, I find it personally hard to get into Parshas Korach, because we all know Bilam's a bad guy, Korach's a bad guy, but what is there anything more to be said about bad guy? Is it just bad guy, or is there more to it? And we all kind of feel like there is more to it, but yet year by year goes by, and we never really hear what's the Inyan. Did you ever hear what the Inyan really is? Be deeper than bad dude?
Well, he thought he was doing the right thing.
We hear that every year.
Okay.
You heard that for the last 10 years, I guarantee you that.
So you're saying something that I haven't heard before.
Yeah. Or just a deeper understanding of why is there a bad guy? Is he just a bad guy? Doesn't like Moshe Rabbeinu?
What if he was right?
Could be. But every year we hear these themes, but never something that hits. So this, it was hard to get into this because it's just, I don't know, it's a hard one. It's just so obvious he's a bad guy. So what's the Kiddush? So here we got some nice Kiddush.
Well, I don't know, didn't he have a point? I mean, if he says he has a legitimate point, why is Moshe more important than the Jews?
But even still, that's what we hear every year. That's the point.
Okay.
So, but we never go deeper. We're in fourth gear. We never get to fifth gear.
But we never say that it is that he is right.
Right.
We always say he's wrong.
He's wrong.
But he is right. Moshe works on himself, and Moshe was born with a brit.
Right.
But he's still a human being.
Right.
I hope I don't go to hell for saying that. But
right. But even still, we've heard that before. We've heard
that's what he says, and then we try to disprove him.
Right.
But no one's ever tried to say, yeah, he was right.
Some people do, but then they never succeed. Like you're saying, disprove the disproof.
Right.
But let's go deeper for once.
Okay.
What's the machlekes? What's the problem? What's the Inyan? What's the drive? Why? We all know the maskana. The answer every time is he did something wrong and died. Right?
And his followers.
And his followers. We say, therefore, they will believe in you and your Torah for the end of time.
And we say he's in a cave somewhere underground.
Right, underground. But we know how it ends. He's a Rasha who died. But we never know how it began. How did it really begin? What's the Havamina? You know Havamina. I would have thought.
Yeah.
What's the Havamina to go against Moshe and Aaron? That's what we're going to get into.
Okay.
Why would you think to go into Moshe and Aaron? But really the Havamina, not just I'm right. Why are you right? Why do you think you're right?
You're talking about, what do you say, you mean in general, every person?
Korach.
Oh, what does Korach think?
Yeah, someone going up against the leader, what is the mind frame to say, I'm right?
Okay. I mean, because the other Jews did, Abraham did it.
What's that?
Abraham said to everyone in the world, I'm right, you're wrong.
But Korach was wrong.
Right.
Abraham was right.
Okay.
So we want to know what's the Havamina is someone who's wrong to think they're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Why do you think he's right?
Yeah. So here's what to know why this character thinks he's right. We want to know the Inyan. What is the Inyan?
Okay.
So here's some good things that came out of it. Number one, this is you have to state the obvious, right? What is the number 1A of what is the inyan? Is it jealousy? Is it gaiva? Is it anger? Is it this? Is it that? I know that sounds obvious, but first identify and make a diagnosis. What's the absolute inyan? Machlekes. That's what the Ramdu is going to say. It's machlekes. That's the thing. So there's 5 kinds of erev rav, just off the cuff, and the worst kind of erev rav are called amalekim, from Amalek. But there's Amalek Esav, Amalek Yishmael, Amalek erev rav.
Why would Amalek be erev rav? They're not Jewish.
Amalek is the nation, and not only the nation. Your Yetzer Hara is called Amalek as well.
Oh, okay.
Samach Mem is called Amalek. So these types of erev rav are Amaleki. That's why it's Amalek-like.
Okay.
And their main midah is machlekes and lashon hara.
To cause basically a dispute.
But for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason. So that's the first thing we're going to say. Imagine a mind map, right? So we got this group, a man, 250 followers. What's the inyan? Machlekes. Not necessarily saying erev rav here, right? Because he didn't say it, it doesn't say it. But we were saying machlekes. It says it here. So then we have to say, what's the inyan of machlekes? There's a very interesting thing that it says here. Kedusha, which is symbolic of Moshe and Aaron, obviously. Kedusha is built and kept by Shalom. Shalom bias, right? How do you keep the holiness of the home? Shalom bias.
And Aaron was about Shalom.
He was what?
That was Aaron. He was Shalom.
Oh, right, Cannon, absolutely. He was the guy of Shalom.
Right.
So it's a holy inyan. Therefore, if you want to make a pagam, a blemish in holiness, how would you do it?
You would cause a dispute.
Ah, you're sharp. You would cause a dispute. Now, you're going to try to trick me into saying a dispute not for the sake of heaven, aren't you?
That's what Korach did.
That's what you're going to trick me to say.
Trick you, isn't that what he did?
No. You can even say it was L'Shem Shemayim.
Okay.
That's the Chiddush. I'm telling you, this is Chiddushin.
Interesting, all right.
So you're going to want to say it's not for the sake of heaven and Moshe. That's L'Fi Pshuto. L'Fi Pshuto means that's what you're supposed to say, so you think you'd say. Now we're going to explain that as we go, not right away. Remember, in the front of your brain, back of your brain, you want to keep in mind the ratio of for the sake of heaven, not for the sake of heaven. It'll only come clear at the end.
All right.
So what we have, though, is a rebellion through machlekes to make a blemish in holiness so that the leadership should change. You see the picture, how it's building?
Okay.
It's already deeper than anything you probably learned in the Parsha. Already.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. And we're gonna work on the ideas. Why did he want to lead? I'm aware of the fact that you don't know why yet. And I will answer it, but let it percolate, okay? So he is going to rebel. He's going to blemish the holiness. What does he do? He can only achieve what he wants through machlokes. Remember, I got to get rid of the holiness so that I can take what I want. Make machlokes. But can I just come into your home and start commanding you around? Make machlokes? Is that really possible? Don't we say sheker has emes in it? For something to be true, to be believed, it must contain a bit of emes.
It's got something, yeah.
So you can't just argue. Moshe, you're wrong because I said so. No one would have bought that. No one would have followed it. Nothing.
Right. So what's Korach's emes?
So what he does is he creates machlekes. The machlekes is an ignition. It's an ignition to arouse himself to be able to steal the holy spark to make a fight, to make anger. If I want to, before I go there, so then he's going to, it's placed in his heart, the desire to lead and rule, in order that he should create the machlekes. So I don't even want to rule. I want to get something from you. I want to stop you from something. Basically, I want you to not be holy. I don't, if I say I want to sit in this chair, and you say that's a holy chair, I'm sorry. My great grandfather brought that from Poland. Sorry, you're not sitting in that chair. I say, that chair, really? You say, yeah. So I'm not liking this. Is it because you're claiming that chair is holy, and I'm saying no way. No way. You're making it up. You don't want me to sit in that chair, right?
Right.
So I don't like this game you're playing of holiness. Now it is holy though, isn't it? According to you. Yeah. Let's just pretend it is, right?
Right. In that situation. Sure.
Right. So what I now have a problem. Your holiness is really bothering me. I can't take it. It's that we see that all over the world, right? Jews are holy, Israel's holy, and you have the nations like a Amalekite energy, right? We wear straps on our arm. I hate that. Why do you do that? Right? Why would you say I hate that? It's holy, and I don't like it. It doesn't.
Well, I have a better example to try to take away Brit Milah.
Oh, right. Why do you do that? It's torture. Why are you doing that? I hate that.
Right. We
say it's holy. This is what we do. So there's a natural cat and dog relationship between holy and mundane, right? So the holier you get, and the more I'm not holy, we are going to have problems.
Right.
You're going to give me something to eat, and I demand to make a bracha. You say I hate that. That's not holy. It's just food. I say it's holy, right? So now. And God put holiness in the world, so that the evil of the world has to fight it. That's just why do cats and dogs fight? They just do. But how does it happen? The fight, right? If a guy wears to fill in, what goes in your brain to say I hate that? I gotta stop that. You can't just say you get a message. Oh, I hate that. Must attack. Killed you. What's the makshava? What happens? So what he says is your heart gets a desire, chemda, like a taiva for a lot of money type of thing. So I want to lead. So now when you say this chair is holy, I'm realizing you're not the Balabais here. I'm the Balabais here. So I'm the kind of guy who's going to come over and push you around in your own home, right? You're going to be like, what's going on here? And I'll make jesting jokes. Well, all right, you can just sleep over there tonight. I'm going to take the bedroom myself. And what is that? What are you doing? Right? So I get a chemda to rule, and from that, that's what gives me the power of machlekes. So I bring a gevura into the home. You're into sports, so I'll start just antagonizing you. You said the Warriors were going to win.
Right.
So I'm just going to. That was a stupid pick. Why would you just antagonizing you? It's not holy. It's a sports. Who cares?
Right.
So now, I'm going to get you off your game in order to steal your holy spark, in order to make more wrath. So the more that I rile you up and get you to cough up your spark, you call me a nasty name. I got you to call me a nasty name. You just admitted to me you're not holy. Now that chair's not holy. So I got the chair. You say, you know what? Take it. Look, I don't want to fight you, okay? Take the chair. I'll see you next week, okay? Get out of my life. I won. I got the chair. And I don't think the chair is very holy. I just want the chair. You're over there eating yourself alive saying, that's my grandfather's chair. I mean, you're in pieces. Kedusha and Shalom. Right? So I came in, no one challenged you with your holy of holies. I don't know why your house is holy to you. I don't live here. But it is for you. And I come in just, So that's the Indian. We can actually stop teaching right now. That's the Indian. Right? Moshe and Aaron are where? Near the Holy of Holies. What are they? Holy. What are they doing as the Cohen and the Levi?
Holy work.
Cohen and Levi.
Right.
They're guarding the holy. Guarding and the holy work. They're guarding the holy, and it's just say guarding the holy work. But if there's holy work, and this parsha, by the way, is the famous parsha of when Klal Yisrael became holy. This is such a chiddush. You got to hear this. This is beyond a chiddush. Israel in the Mishkan was not holy yet. Because this parsha didn't happen. It only got holy, as we're going to say, when Korach challenged. And Aaron put his staff and the whole thing. They caused a tikkun above, which I will get into. The 288 sparks of the world, the tachlis of Kabbalah, got together above, bonded, and the Shefa came down, and that became holy. It was sanctified holiness, was now chal. It happened. The Cohen's holy, Aaron and his seed. Moshe's holy, the prophet, the Levi. The Avoda's holy, the service in the temple. Because a word was mischadish here. That word is zar. You are a zar. Even a Jew is a zar to the holy and the Cohen. You know that?
How's he a czar?
There's two ways to say it. There's non-Jews that are czar to the Jews,
right?
But any non-Cohen is a czar to a Cohen.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that was like it happened. You all are czar to the Cohen now. It's that heavy. So the holiness happened, and that's why how do we conclude like every prayer we do? Shalom.
Right. Shalom.
Right. Yeah. Shalom is the keli of the bracha. Shalom guards kedusha. And we saw, right? If you have something holy in your home, by the contrast, we can see the peace. If I take it from you, it comes through my machlekes, so how do you keep it? Shalom. If we were in shalom, would I take your stuff? No. So therefore, when holiness came down, the real nature of the fight became envisioned. There had to be a Korach. When something's about to be holy, there's going to be a Korach. You're going to get holy as your life goes. When was the first time you got holy?
When I was born.
8 days old.
Yeah, breast.
Right, as you said before.
Right.
Then you got holy again. When?
Bar mitzvah?
Yeah. Then, God willing, you'll be holy again.
By marriage.
Right. Then you'll just keep getting holier. So the test, not on your holiness. See, if I were to attack your bar mitzvah now, right? It's a different test than this. Maybe that's Erev Rav. You're not Jewish because I think your bar mitzvah was a fake. You paid off the rabbi. That's Erev Rav. I mean, what am I doing? I'm not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't even call that a machlekes. That's an attack. Because the machlekes has to be in real time. I can really undo your bar mitzvah? Right. Am I going to spread rumors? I already never got bar mitzvah. But if you're going to get married next week, I can do a lot of problems for you. Hey, Mrs. Ari. I saw Ari last week. Four girls, Swedish bikini girls. Well, he was smoking a cigar. She would love that. Right? So, machlekes, now I challenge your holiness. Right? So that's the nisayon, the test of kedusha is called Korach. It's actually interesting. Yeah, just the lashon actually fits. What was it? Kerach is like ice, right?
Right.
So it just cools it off. So now you're gonna say even still that it's not for the sake of heaven, aren't you? But it is. Why? You claim that it's holy. I don't believe in holy. Because I have klippah. Right? I don't believe that this stone chair belonged to your great-grandfather. It's just a certain... But yet we all have this. There are certain things that you don't believe about me. And you don't believe about everybody. Right? on Facebook I posted a TED talk from Monica Lewinsky.
Price of embarrassment.
Right. I believe it, at least to a certain extent. I know what it's like to have internet hate, and we all hated on her.
But you don't have it to that level.
But I'm saying they were saying, but she was in with the feds and this and that. Right. Even still, does anybody really deserve that kind of? Even if she's dirty, whatever it is. So we doubt another person's belongings, their pain, their interests, right? And we doubt it. So there has to be an enemy to the holiness of Israel. Just because everything has its foe. A cat has a dog. Like the lion and the gazelle. Ari and X, whatever that is, right? So we all have a measure for measure, right? King Solomon says, a time for this, a time for that. So Israel and holiness, Amalek, right? Or a Baal Machlaikis, so to speak. The sake of heaven is that he wants to get close to the holy. Isn't that a finish? He doesn't believe. The reason why he doesn't believe in the holy, he is perpetually wanting to get close to the holy.
Okay, but that would mean he's doing something good.
That's right.
But we say he's a Rasha.
But he doesn't have the permission to get into the holy, so it's trespassing. Who said you are fit for the holy? Right?
Okay. Still doesn't sound like a Rasha, though.
No, it's not the same kind of Rasha.
Right.
The thing is, everybody must serve God according to the root of their soul. And everybody has the right to serve God. So now there's a tremendous Havamina, is there not? I cannot say that you don't have a right to serve God. But the problem is it has to be the right of Voda. If you're a Cohen, not acting as a Cohen, it's a problem. If you're Ari acting like Bob, you're not acting like Ari. So now, if you're not being you, there's cause to call you a Rasha.
Yeah, but don't we try to be like people that are better than us all the time? Don't we try to be like Abraham Avinu?
Yeah, but this is a different Indian. We're saying you're doing something illegal. A Cohen cannot marry a divorcee.
Right.
Why? It's not the right service. A certain woman is meant for a certain type of Cohen man.
Yeah, but if a Yisrael wanted to take on the Kohen stuff, he could do some of it.
Not that one. This is a mitzvah. You can refrain from a divorcee all
right.
you want. But a Cohen cannot marry a divorcee.
Yeah.
So she marries him, it's usher.
Yeah.
She cannot marry a Cohen.
Right.
What you're saying is she wouldn't be able to marry that Yisrael either. That's fine. But if they marry, they did something wrong. That's not called a holy marriage.
Right.
Why? I like him. She likes me. They're causing machlokes. They're saying, we are going to serve not holy. The Zohar says it's so much gevura, it's like two dogs licking blood.
If a Kohen needs a divorcee.
Yeah. Because it's not fit. It's not right. If I don't belong here, in this home, fundamentally, I hate radio. I'm against radio. I told you 3 weeks ago, if I ever step foot in a radio guy's home, I'm going to trash the place. Why would you bring me here?
I dislike myself.
But the point is, it's my fault. I don't belong here. You see?
Would it be my fault also, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You have to serve where you're meant to serve. What you're really saying is you don't believe in your radio stuff. So you're going to say, look, it's not that big a deal. Just throw it to the side. Okay, all right, so let's throw your stuff to the side. No, I didn't mean it like that. Well, you said so. You gotta step up to serve like you. So Korach wants to get close. See, when I go up to your chair, I'm saying there is something going on with that chair. You call it holy. I call it ceremonial. I have a thing for ceremonial things. I can just sense it. I sense it. You call it holy. I call it ceremonial. And it's like my son Reuben. Everywhere we go, he has to get special privileges. I'm not so fond of it. If we go to a restaurant and like there's like a pizza guy throwing the dough, Reuben's got to go and hang on the guy's arm and I want to do it. I want to do it. Every time, he just goes to it, right? So when I see ceremonial things, I'm on it. If you take me to your friend's house and he's got an Olympic gold medal on the wall, guess where I'm going to go first thing in the guy's house? Hey, nice medal. What'd you do? Right?
And then he says wrestling.
So we all have a nose for these things, right? Where did I go when I came into your house today, right? Right to your microphone because we were this thing, right? You see, right where I went.
Right.
Right? I'm not going anywhere. I went right there. That's my beeline. My beeline. So the thing is, let's say I call that your computer, and you call it the studio. And I say, hey, nice computer. You mean my studio? Like, yeah, your computer. Oh, you mean my studio? Yeah, right, Ari, your computer. You mean my studio? But it sounds silly, but we know how that goes, right?
I do have a cat of mine. If they call him Morris, they say no, his name is Don Morris.
Right.
Else I know who you're talking about.
Right.
Morris.
Right. If I wanted a cup of coffee, let's say you're a coffee connoisseur, and I say, give me some red stuff. You say, oh, you mean my from Colombia, the light roast? Yeah. Give me the coffee.
That's what Aesop said,
Right, give me the red stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. It's gourmet, whatever. Right? So what it's called is being like vulgar and not vulgar. I call that a ceremonial chair. You call it a family relic. So now I can't get into your little thing, but I'm trying. What's going to happen is I am for the sake of heaven. I mean, I'm really not trying to take it from you, right? But when I went to sit down on it, you punched me in the face and said, get off my holy chair. Well, now I'm offended. That's not holy. I don't see a halo on that chair. See how I'm just being vulgar? What, holy has to have a halo? Moshe didn't have a halo.
Right.
So they're saying, where's his halo? If Moshe is that holy, where's the halo? Where's the wings? Basically, why doesn't he look like Yeshu? Why doesn't he act like Yeshu? So it's a vulgar, right? There's a halacha that before you get married, you're not supposed to stare at your future wife. Because guess what happens when you stare at people? You see reality. The fantasy goes away. And they say you won't want to marry her. You know, so when you look,
You're supposed to look at her.
Look, I'm saying like inspect, because you'll see she's human. That's why you don't look just leave it alone. Don't go there. You know what I'm saying? So it's for the sake of heaven to want to get close to God. That's the real Indian. It's for the sake of heaven to want to get close to God. But not everybody can get that close. You got to go where you're meant to go. Not because you're better or not better. I know that when I was in high school and I saw a concert, wouldn't you want to go backstage?
If I was a good concert.
Right. Did you ever think maybe you're not allowed?
Not me.
Did you ever think maybe it's not for you?
The average person would think that.
Right. Did you ever think it's not for you? It's not for you. You know? There's certain things that are just not for you. Not appropriate. Certain places you don't go. And so that's what Korach trespassed and transgressed.
That's why Moshe said it's too much for you later?
Yeah. Moshe and Aaron are guarding the holiness. At the end of the Parsha, the people were still afraid. And the Ramdu says, not because of the rebellion. The rebellion said, why can't I go to the holy? It's not holy as you say it's holy. The people afterward were afraid because, well, I still want to get close to the holy. Am I guilty? Are you going to kill me too? I want to get close. What do you want from me? So at the end of the Parsha, you'll see it written, the Levium and the Kohanim were spread in the temple to guard the people from getting too close to the holy. I remember when I was in Vegas at the Star Trek experience. I'm a big Trekkie.
What was this?
96-ish,
Okay.
98, 97.
Almost 20 years ago. Makes you feel good.
Yeah. And we were in a dark room. We could feel it spinning. We end up on the bridge of the Enterprise. Right? I never had such a taiva in my entire life to leave the group and sit in the chair and say, make it so. You know? I mean, it was so real.
You could have done a Spock thing.
I'm saying, why can't I just leave this? I mean, I didn't do it, obviously, but it was so real. It's like, the heck with these people, man. Let's go.
Right.
But because you're saying, why not? How many times in your life do you get to be on the bridge of the Enterprise? They pull it out. That's the whole point. They make it look like it's real. So, you really felt like you were there. So you can imagine there are times that you want. Hey, look in the Temple Mount. Don't you want to go in the Holy of Holies and check it out? I would like to. I'm not going to, but I would like to. But I know better that you don't go trespassing on the holy.
Okay, but there's an issue about going up to the Temple Mount in general.
I know.
So some people consider that trespassing on the holy.
All the more so. Look, would you be interested in knowing what it looked like in the Holy Holies at the time of the Keruvim and the Ark of the Covenant?
I would like to, I guess.
But you know about it, you know not to.
Yeah.
So pretend you didn't know not to. Imagine, because you don't have klippah, you're a holy yid. Now put klippah on you. And say, well, why not? The guys that destroyed the temple didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, but they were Rashayim. If they destroyed the temple, they're wicked people.
Yeah, but they were Rashayim and destroying the temple. But would they have known the Indian of going into the Holy of Holies? Maybe. I'm not saying yes or no.
Well, probably one of them, there's one of those stories where they put a knife through the ark and they go, I killed God. Right? So they knew that God was there.
Okay.
They knew,
So they wanted to go in. I'm not saying they wanted to do the right thing when they went in.
Right.
But they wanted to go in.
Yeah, but because they wanted to do harm.
Harm stuff. But if you don't know what's holy, how do you know what's harmful and not harmful?
They knew, our enemies know our stuff better than we do most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, it could be that sitting on that chair is harmful, but I don't think so. You see what I'm saying? When you have mochana kindness and you're immature, you don't know what's harmful and not harmful. It's harmful for a Kohen to go into a cemetery. He doesn't know. So he says, I'm going to be holy and go in and sanctify. I'm just saying, that if you don't have the sensitivity of holy, you say, why not? Right?
Right. But that's not good enough. Still causes the problem.
It does. That's the whole point.
Ignorance of the law doesn't matter.
Right. That's the whole. Okay. Here's a classic example for you. Rabbi Akiva found a dead guy on the side of the road, and he took him X amount of yards. You know this one?
I haven't heard of this one.
Rabbi Akiva found a guy who died on the side of the road. Right. He went to bury him, and he did it not according to the halachas. He didn't know the halacha. So what do they say? Every step he took was an avera. Something like that paraphrased. You see what I'm saying? I want to do the mitzvah. Did you ever think that mitzvah is not for you to do? You entered the holy that wasn't for you. These are all examples, but the bottom line is Korach felt a need to get close. He had a taiva, a chemda to get close, and Moshe and Aaron were there to guard the holy, and Korach trespassed the holy. This created the pagam in holiness, the blemish. Kill the blemish, it kill the problem. You understand? If you get rid of that problem, the machlekes, it's out. Then that fissure, is that the word fissure? Is that a break?
I haven't heard fissure.
Is that the word?
What's that?
I think it's like a
divider?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. In holiness goes away. So get rid of the pagam goes away. What was the machlekes? And another way of looking at it, two things. It It was machlekes. Like, I don't know, better yet saying, what was the real attack of Korach? What was the means to wipe out Kedusha? Right? Machlekes and Chilul Shabbos before Heskia. Right? The public from the previous parsha.
Right.
We learned that you by desecrating Shabbos in the open, and problems with Chilul Shabbos and Machlekes are the two ways to give unrest to Kedusha. Okay. I think now you've seen the problem, alright?
Well, Korach didn't break Shabbos.
No, we're talking about the previous parsha. They showed how to give a problem with Kedusha.
Okay.
So we're seeing that there's two ways to uproot Kedusha, unsettle Kedusha,
Okay.
destabilize Kedusha.
So one is to break Shabbos?
Chilul Shabbos before
In
Heskia.
public.
Yeah. Now, but I'm saying, you understand the Indian, the Machlekes, the rebellion, right? It's different. It's so now Hashem commands Moshe to put the staves in the Holy of Holies, and the one that buds will be the winner, and we'll know, and then sanctified, right? Remember, there's really no holiness yet. This parsha is sanctifying holiness as we know it. Just like we say at Hanukkah. After the Chashmonayim won, right, the light came down, and it's like it's here. It changed the world.
Right.
So the holiness of Aaron's staff that's about to come down is a reboy of Kedusha that was never there. Like the potential of Israel's holiness is about to become sanctified.
What?
The word for budding is Parach, 288. A reference to 288 sparks of holiness. Why did Israel go into exile? To gather Gerim, sparks of holiness. And there's 288. So right now, when Aaron's staff blossomed, the Ramdu says it pulled all 288 sparks into a zivug, and that shefa came down in holiness, and the staff blossomed to show that Aaron was holy, the Kahuna was holy, Israel was holy for all time. So it was really a miniature redemption. I think the gematria of Yifrech Mate, let's see, what's that gematria? 298 and 65. 3, 1, 10, 6, 3, 63. That's right. The gematria of the Mata 49, 55. That's what it is. 355.
104.
Hamata. 358. The staff will blossom if Yifrech Hamata, something like that, right?
Okay.
298 and 59. No. 298, 54. Whatever it is, it's Quattro Mashiach. It's in Kolator, it's one of the Bechinas. I think it's Yifrech Mata, the staff blossom. Check it out. It's in the Psukim. It's a Gematria Mashiach. The idea that this was really a micro redemption. Not even a micro redemption; it was the redemption. But it was bringing down the redemption. So that in the future, when the Sitra Achra, which is symbolic of this machlekes, the left against the right, it's going to attack the holiness in the future. We know that in the Zohar. And the holiness of the Kohen, the Levi, is going to be upheld because it already happened. They developed the holiness here. Remember, there was no attack on the Sitra Achra here. The Sitra Achra attacked Kedusha, or pre-Kedusha, so that Kedusha would come down to prevent the Sitra Achra. So now, because the Sitra Achra wanted to take advantage of a lack of holiness, didn't come down yet. They just built the Mishkan. It wasn't so it drew down the holiness. So then, in the future, when the Sitra Achra wants to fight, the holiness is already there, and it will prove the holiness when it attacks. It will prove the Torah of Moshe is correct. It will prove Aaron is holy. It'll prove the whole thing. So the future machlekes, Erev Rav, or the machlekes on Israel will prove what happened then to be true, and what happened then in the future will be the revelation of Mashiach.
Okay, but isn't it unfair that Moshe is God's speaker, and Moshe comes down and says, God said, we're going to do a test, and this test will prove I'm right.
Okay?
So how do we know it's legitimate?
Because the holiness came down. They all saw it. The staff blossomed almonds.
Okay. Why does that have to be the test, though?
Why was that the test?
Yeah.
They challenged holiness. So holiness had to be the response.
Okay.
So holiness it held. It held
You say when Mashiach comes, the same type of thing? The holiness
when Mashiach comes, the Sitra, to bring Mashiach, the Sitra Achra, remember, it's always against holiness. So now there's a bona fide holiness in the world. We've been living holiness because of that. So the Sitra Achra will rise up against holiness. Holiness will prevail because it already did. Now, we were always going to become holy. But how is it going to come down? Are we going to earn it? How is it going to come down? How did Aaron become the Cohen? Because Moshe didn't want it.
That's not really Aaron earning it.
That's right. They didn't really earn it there either.
Right.
But it happened.
Right.
It could have been, they could have earned it another way.
Do we earn Mashiach or we just get it?
Who knows? Clouds of glory are riding on a donkey.
Right.
We got the Mishkan. Did we earn it? No, it came from the golden calf. So we've gotten the Ark of the Covenant. We got it. Why? Because we were on the level of another level. Second Luchas, not the first Luchas.
Okay, but if we would have kept the first Lucas, then we would have deserved it?
That's right. But they didn't. They made a golden calf.
We didn't go right.
Moshe didn't want to be the Redeemer. He wanted Pinchas Eliyahu. Send who you're going to send. We're always Beti Evid. And God wants it to finally not be Beti Evid. Let it be Torah A. Let it be Lech Achila. Why can't you just have a holy chair that I don't have? Why do I have to have a chair? Why do you have to prove to me the chair's holy only after I attack you for your chair?
Is it too late to get Mashiach non-B'di Evid, or we past the time?
Looks like we're still good. We'll find out when it happens. When Mashiach comes, we'll know if we either...
Some say it's past the time already, right?
Who knows?
All right.
God is the true judge.
All right.
But what we do know is the Sitra Achra will fight Kedusha, and Kedusha will win. Because it already happened.
Does Kedusha always win? Or could it lose?
No, it has to win. It's already won.
Oh, but I'm saying like 100% of the time?
It already won.
Okay, what about the Rasha that has the Jaguar and millions of dollars? Isn't the Rasha winning?
That's not on the level of Gula.
Okay,
There's wars, there's battles.
You're saying for something major, Kedusha has to win.
Sitra Achra has to go all out in order to lose. Or you have to rise up to win.
What if the Sitra Achra goes halfway and wins?
I want to take your chair.
Right.
I might win. Until you call the cops.
So
I guarantee you, if you call the cops, I will not win.
okay.
So I got to push you that far. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to take that chair, I'm going to walk out and steal it. I'm not joking. You'll probably call the cops. But if it doesn't go there, you might say, all right, sit in the chair.
So if you lower it and say, I might take the chair?
Well, then you're not being you. Remember, you're holy. If you're not being holy, then there's not a fight.
Yeah, but if you say for sure I'm going to take the chair, that puts up my defenses.
But if I win and you're not holy,
yeah,
you don't believe you're holy.
Oh, if I don't care about the chair.
You're not holy.
Oh, I see.
That's why you gave me the chair.
So
you agree with me that you're not holy and it's not holy.
Okay, so like when it comes to Israel, don't we have to believe it's holy?
You got to know you're holy. That's the whole point.
Right.
That's the whole point. Eretz Yisrael is holy. You're a Jew and you're holy, and you're put on the land to be holy.
So to say to the political, we don't think it's such a holy land, we give it away.
Then the Sitra Achra says, thank you, Shreich, to me.
Right.
When you believe that you're holy, the Sitra Achra will try to rip it away, and guess what? It'll lose. 10 times out of 10.
But if you don't think you're holy, like if any mitzvah, right, if you give it up.
This is true in sports. If I know I'm going to win, who's going to win?
Right. That's a Confucius thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's
Mary
it.
Mary Melrose of hockey fame said the same thing.
That's it. When I know I've beaten you 20 times and I know I'm going to win, you're not going to win.
Right.
No matter what you do, you're not going to win. So if you try to break my leg, Jacob wrestled the angel, and he tried to break his leg. What happened? A miraculous recovery. You cannot beat holiness when holiness is being holy. Jacob was being holy. What was he called out of it? Yisrael. So the Indian again is to come close. You got to come close for the right way, the right tafkid, the right holiness. You know how to approach the king. The Sitra Achra wants to get close also, but it doesn't. It's like it's missing a few chromosomes. It doesn't understand protocol. You know how there's some people.
Like the protocols of the old design?
You know how there's some people they go through your stuff and they don't even know, you don't even know them really?
Like at the airport or something?
No, in your house.
Oh.
Guy comes over, you don't know, just goes through your stuff. What's you have your file to save on there.
Oh, yeah.
Say, who cares? Already go away.
Right.
It's my stuff.
Right. Or I had a guy one time at a party, sat down, and he's like, you can use your computer 45 minutes.
Right.
And I was nice
Right.
because I didn't believe enough in the computer.
Right.
But Denudar was like, get out of the chair.
Right. So, they don't understand social awareness, divine, holy awareness. When you go to the temple's from Keter. Everything is proper measure. We have a shiur the other night. Jerusalem is tzedek and not mishpat. This is a great Kiddush.
Okay.
Mishpat is the law.
Right.
Meaning you have to do this, this, and this.
And tzedek is justice?
Tzedek, no. Tzedek is, what does justice mean? Listen.
Ah, okay.
Tzedek is, I do what I'm supposed to do and what you want me to do, because I just do it. Not because you don't have to tell me. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
When I come to your house and I have a meal here, you can either say, hey, have your mess. Or I can just know, don't leave a mess.
And that's tzedek?
Yeah. It's justice as I'm looking out at you. Mishpat, you're looking at me. Hey, clean your mess. Mishpat. Right?
Right.
Tzedek is, I'm here, I don't want you yelling at me, clean my mess. Hey, let me take care of my mess.
So, mishpat might be the cops pulling over a jaywalker.
That's right. The mishpat is, you got pulled over for you weren't going 65 in the zone.
Right.
Tzedek is, I better go the speed limit.
And Hashem would rather us do tzedek.
Absolutely. Jerusalem was a town built on tzedek. Shem was the king of Yerushalayim called Malki Tzedek. So the temple is tzedek. The Kohen knows what to do. Who's telling the Kohen what to do?
Is that Hashem?
But where's Hashem?
Everywhere.
That's right. So then you got to just do what Hashem wants you to do. They don't have signs in the temple. Hey, Ari, don't forget to clean the ashes on the temple, okay? Do that. So do what you got to do. When you come with your carbon, because the Kohanim are doing what they do, and the Leviim are keeping you staggered because that's their job, you will not trespass in the temple. An ideal redemption temple. You are in tzedek. You will do what you're supposed to do. And I'll give you a perfect proof. Have you ever flown? You don't fly that much.
Never flown in 7 years.
Okay, so when you go to the Israeli airport, God willing, there's no signs on what to do.
Well, that's Israel.
Yeah, that's right. You just go. And you get to where you got to go. That's right. That is Israel. That's tzedek. We don't tell you where to go. You just go and you figure it out. It's an amazing thing. It's a shkachal practice on Israel. So in the end, everybody in the story of Korach had their kavanah. And they followed their kavanah. You'll only know if your kavanah was good or bad when you find the consequences. So if I'm in the temple and I want to go where I can't, and the Levi cracks me upside the head, I found out my kavanah wasn't too good.
But you have to understand that the consequences were from those actions.
100%.
What if you don't know?
Well, in the divine redemption world, you will know.
Huh.
But it's your kavanah that had to get whipped. So Korach, it wasn't that he wasn't for the sake of heaven. It wasn't that he was a stam Rasha. It wasn't that he was just being a no good. He just had a bad kavanah. God gave him a bad kavanah.
Then why is he held liable?
Because he transgressed. What did you do? Just because you give a bad kavanah doesn't make it right.
Yeah, but was he set up to fail? Was he set up for doom?
No, I'm not God.
They said it with Esau's guardian angel was the Satan, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But why was it, think about it, right? They say Yitzchak, obviously higher than the Navi.
Yeah.
He knows his own sons of Rasha.
Right.
But he was going to give him the bracha anyway if Yaakov didn't take it.
Right.
So why is that? Because Esau had the ability, even if his guardian angel was Satan, to overcome it.
Right.
And be a king.
Right.
So
that's the reason Korach was a Levite.
Right.
He should have figured out what his holiness was, and what his job was.
But if God's given him this, how did he describe it?
He had Cain, your challenge is on the doorstep, don't sin, whatever that pasuk is, right? He had to overcome it. He didn't overcome it.
The Korach was supposed to overcome.
Do your right job. You're a Levi, you're holy, do your job.
But he was born with poor kavanah, you're saying.
We all have bad kavanah.
Did Moshe?
Everybody, yes, he had bad kavanahs. He hit the rock, bad kavanah.
Aaron?
Made the golden calf. What it is that I think what we're learning from this. Look, Moshe did not get into the land of Israel.
Right.
What I would say from this, what you're saying, everybody has a royal bad kavanah. It's called the Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Hara, Sitra Akra, right? It's all the same thing. Amalek and your Lev. We're seeing Iman, Korach. We say Korach's sons were tzaddikim in Psalms.
Right, went to Bnei Brak, right? Or, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Moshe hit the rock, Aaron built the golden calf, Abraham had a lack of faith in God. Everyone's got their thing. So we're seeing a man who royally made a mistake.
Yeah, but see, what's interesting is, doesn't the Gemara say there's only 3 people that are in Gehenna for eternity?
Yeah.
Right? Yoshka, Titus, and Bilam.
Yeah.
And then Korach gets a special punishment that he's got to be in that cave, saying Moshe's right?
Okay.
Why? But it sounds like that's one of the 4 worst punishments, that it's some rock over and over in a cave, over and over and over.
Let Job deal with Job.
Yeah. I don't get it.
People suffer. You don't know what he's suffering.
But I'm saying, why does Korach get one of the worst punishments?
That's his what? Maybe he says he's not suffering. Maybe he's a loner and he doesn't want to be around you. How do you know?
I don't know. Okay, to be in a cave and say the same thing.
Oh, maybe he likes it. I don't know. What I'm saying is everybody has a Yetzer Hara. This is the Yetzer Hara.
Well, how about this? You said the Sitra Akra, it has to go full blast to lose.
Yeah.
Was Korach in this case the Sitra Akra?
Yes.
And he had to go full blast to lose.
That's the Yetzer Hara. Why do you sin? You go full blast to sin against God.
Right. But
the only difference is you wanted a Dorito, he wanted the Kadosh Kadosh.
Is that why Korach's sons were able to go? They say Haman's sons got to go Bnei Brak because Haman into the positive, got the Jews to Teshuvah.
Right.
So what's Korach doing positive? That they show Moshe is truly the leader?
It's Mida Keneged Mida. Moshe made such a mistake. He was buried outside the land of Israel, opposite Peor, whatever it is, right?
Right.
Do you want that?
No.
Okay. Moshe got it.
With the rock.
Rabbi Akiva has his skin raked off his body. You want that?
No.
Okay. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
So that's what Moshe said. Why do good people suffer?
And Hashem said, Kaka, or something like that.
Right. I'm not saying Korah's a good guy. I'm just saying people suffer.
Yeah, but the point of the shir is to talk about something Korach did that we don't understand, right?
We said we were going to say in the beginning that we did understand it. Okay. We're bringing depth into it to understand it finally.
But if we understand it finally, we should understand why he gets this punishment.
No, that's his portion. You don't understand how another man suffers.
So Mida Keneged Mida, though, right?
Of Moshe.
Yeah.
I'm saying Moshe, the righteous Moshe, sinned with his Yetzer Hara.
Right.
And here we see Korach also.
How is it Mida Keneged Mida that he's not in Israel? What is it?
No, I'm not saying that Mida Keneged Mida. I'm saying we have a great guy who sinned with his Yetzer.
Okay.
We have another guy who sinned with his Yetzer.
Right.
I'm saying Mida Keneged, there's a guy opposite of Moshe.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But one's punishment is much worse than the other.
Says who?
Moshe.
It's not comparable. This isn't sports. I don't know if what Moshe's suffering or what Korah's suffering.
Can't we say some punishments? Clearly, the Torah defines.
That's another world. This is Olam Hazeh we're talking about.
Fine, but even Olam Zed, okay. But I think is all.
I don't know. Is Din and Shemayim?
Okay, but you agree in this world we can say what punishments are worse than the others because Torah says it.
I don't want to go there. I don't know.
The murderer gets worse punishment than the thief.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So clearly it's defined.
Yeah. But what I'm saying here, this is not just a murder case. A wicked man, he has a kavana in his heart to get close to God in an illicit way. It's a particular type of Rasha. You see what I'm saying? He's not an ogre with an axe coming at you like this.
Right. Isn't the true meaning of Avodah Zorah an alien fire, strange fire?
That's what not of Naviyu did.
Right.
So I'm saying this is a holy crime. It's not a regular crime. A regular crime is a guy that just kills somebody. That was a different crime. This is a crime that was a kavana, like Pharaoh. Pharaoh wasn't stam.
Right.
That was like a whole thing. God hardened his heart, and
Pharaoh went to Olam Haba. Right?
So I'm saying
it says he died in the Torah.
Yeah. So I'm saying it was a thing. This is also a thing. This is not just a Rasha. You see what I'm saying?
But
there's a particular type of rebellion against holiness.
Do we call Pharaoh Rasha?
I don't know what the distinctions.
Okay.
He is, but it's different. I'm saying Korach is not in your life. When you go to the candy store and a guy steals a Coke, that's not Korach. Remember we said at the beginning, identify the terms?
Right.
Right? What is machlekes? What is, right? This is a special sin. B'havdil, it's a holy sin. So I'm saying there are holy sins and non-holy sins.
Are there non-holy mitzvot?
There are holy mitzvot and lesser holy mitzvot.
Lesser holy, okay.
I would say that the Kohen Gadol going to the Holy of Holies is a very holy mitzvah.
Right.
Is it the same as returning a stolen object? At least in some cases, no.
But if it was your stolen object, right?
Look, you can always compare with this way to that way.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're saying overall.
Oh, I would think the Kohen Gadol going into the Holy of Holies is a very holy mitzvah. It requires a certain level of tahara and sanctity.
Right. Shabbat,
Right. To return a stolen item, I don't have to go to the mikveh first.
Right.
Now the reward might be bigger. It could be that I stole from you this chair, and I gave it back, that I have such a Rasha with such an ego, and for me to give back the chair is greater than the Kohen in the Holy Holies, because I was supposed to be a Kohen Gadol, but because of my ego, who knows? The Cheshbon of Hashem.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What I'm saying, Moshe hitting the rock, everyone says that was not a stam aveira, correct?
Right.
If you hit a rock, would God kick you out of the land of Israel tomorrow?
I would hope not.
Right. So Korach doing this was a special, very focused, specialized avera. It was rallying the Sitra Achra against potential Kedusha, which brought down the light of Geula, which was the, what do you call that? Like the backbone of all future redemption. You see? Korach triggered Geula. He had intentions for the sake of heaven, but he was vulgar on what is holy versus mundane. He overstepped his boundary, and then it was like Hashem hardens his heart, does that kavana, and he continues until it brought the response from heaven. Follow?
Yeah.
It's complex, meaning it takes a lot of its opinion. It builds on a lot of things. I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of things you can say this or that, but it's a compound idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I just want to say that the Levi is called the Nilva to the Kohen. That's what he says. Levi Lashon Nilva. So everyone is a czar to the Kohen. The Levium are Novium to the Kohen. The Kohen is free to serve God. He says it's a great mitzvah to free the Kohanim, even today, so they should serve God and bring the Shefa down. It's this. The result of Korach is the Kohen with his holiness is free to maneuver and serve God. Then everything comes under that alignment. The Levi becomes the Levi, Israel comes Israel, Ger comes Ger. Today, Ger is a very holy thing. And the Gerim were part of the people who were afraid of the temple because they wanted to get too close. That's what Gerim do. So what protects the Gerim? The Levi and the Kohen. That's why the Levi is the Nilva. He understands the Ger. The Ger is called a Levi in the Rambam, i.e. a servant of Hashem. And we'll close with that. That the other side is attracted to Ger because Ger is holy. They want to get close to it. They have an insatiable desire to get close to it. And it's the Moshe's bracha to Levi and the Kohen to, in the end of days, uphold the result of Aaron's staff in response to Korach to protect the holiness and bring the built temples soon.